All right. Well, we're in it. Randy, since you're the official co-host now, why don't you go ahead and start the show off with the opening? Psych. April Fools. The Biscuit. The day you get to say the biscuit is the day something fucking happens where you need to pick me up.
Notice how I didn't even say it, though.
No, because you fucking know better.
It didn't feel right.
No, it isn't right. I don't even like when the fans say it, like on the streets. Speaking of the fans, I was looking at the stats and the analytics today from Buzzsprout.com, who we use to host the podcast. And the second largest listening city of ours is fucking Tokyo, Japan. If you had 100 guesses, would that have been one of them?
No, mine would have been like somewhere in Ohio, either Belleville or Columbus, something like that.
Yeah, I would have said Columbus, Mansfield, Flint, and Louisville, something like that. I would have never.
Maybe bunched Michigan together, bunch Ohio together. I definitely wouldn't have guessed another country.
What was it? I told you the other Australia. My homeboy Jake Mack, fucking drinking and driving, listening to the biscuit. Props to you, and props to everybody in Tokyo. Thanks for listening. We really do appreciate it. Hit us up on the Twitter, Biscuit Podcast at Twitter, and we'll chat, send nudes or whatever. April Fools, just a quick little quip before we get into the beef of the fucking biscuit. My wife texted me today and said, Birdie gave birth to a dead puppy. And I said, what the fuck are you talking about? She goes, there's a dead puppy in the kennel. And I'm freaking out. And I said, well, fuck, I'm at work. Can't you just put it in a bag and throw it in the garage and I'll take care of it when I get home? So I call her, like, all worried about her, and she just goes, it's an April Fool's joke. I said, what kind of fucking serial killer are you?
Yeah, that's fucking twisted. What?
Definitely married the right woman.
Normally women call and be like, well, I guess she's already pregnant.
Yeah, she's already pregnant, and
you're already married, so there's no fake engagement.
Nope.
I guess you gotta go dead puppy then.
Speaking of dead puppies, how's Chief? Your dogs might die tonight, maybe?
Yeah, I'm pretty worried. No one else seems to care except me, which makes me worry even more.
Well,
normally I'm the guy that doesn't care.
He ate a corn on the cob. I think he'll be okay. He's just going to have a really bad bowel movement when he does come around to it.
He didn't chew it. I tried to grab it out of his mouth, and he inhaled it like it was smoke.
Well, that's a bummer. He'll be fine. Dogs.
Yeah, they said since he's a bigger dog, they said no, it should be a lot better. He's a lot bigger.
I'm kind of impressed he swallowed the whole corn on the cob.
Yeah, I tried to grab it out of his mouth, and he like sucked it up, and it was just gone.
Oh, and other non-related hockey news. In 2 weeks, Artillery Breath will be playing it's either the 4th or the 5th Berserker Fest in Detroit, Pontiac, with I Hate God and Cemetery Piss and Guar. So if you guys are in the area, make it over there and come see us and hang out, and we'll have a good time. I think that's it. Randy, we got a lot to go over here, man. I want to start off where we were supposed to start last weekend until I ran into that case of Labatt Blue. Literally drank 21 beers. Like a fucking 19-year-old single dude. In the garage. In the fucking garage with the tunes on, and next thing I knew, it was a nice day, and next thing I knew, I was fucking flat out wasted.
I don't blame you. Sometimes I drink fists to myself, like I'm 19 and single too. Sometimes it just has to go down.
Sometimes it has to go down. It kind of set your bearings, you know? I didn't do anything dumb. I didn't like hurt anybody or fucking like hurt myself. I didn't drive the car. And like the next morning I was like, "Oh shit. That's why I don't do that anymore."
Exactly.
So my homeboy in Dublin, Ireland, the all beard no teeth guy, he was asking me what Labatt Blue is. Labatt Blue is a way to waste your Saturday. That's what that is. They must not have that over there in Ireland, which is surprising. So, we're going to get into it, the beef of the real March Madness. These opening round games were the fucking shit. Can you motherfucking hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
God damn it. Fucking, when I pause, you say something. It's called being a collar man. God damn it. I gotta do my job and your job now.
I'm Monty, the color man.
Yeah.
From fucking American.
American?
Major League.
Major League. One goddamn hit. That's what I'm calling fucking Allen. Allen in our biscuit bracket challenge got 1 point. I don't think you can.
What did he do?
Dude, he had Providence in the fucking Final Four.
Yeah, that's stupid.
He had Minnesota winning it all, which is a safe bet for a dude. He's a hockey fan, but not many people watch college hockey. It's just not a thing that happens, especially in our circles.
Yeah, and I mean, I watch college hockey the most, and I'm winning.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it makes sense.
Well, when you're my Final Four team, you lose them in the first round, you're pretty much hoping that happens to everyone else. And if you would have told me, hey, Boston's going to open the tournament with a double overtime game, I wouldn't have had them winning the whole fucking thing. You know, that shit that you. That's why you feel the brackets out. It's all fucking on a whim. I know you were watching the game I was just talking about, the Boston Terriers versus the North Dakota. I'm not calling them whatever they're called now. They're the fucking Sioux to me.
Yeah.
Did you hear the crowd just going, "Let's go Sioux"?
Well, they all had. Did you see some of the old jerseys the guys had on?
Yeah, they're sick.
The Sioux jerseys in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted one. I'm not even a North Dakota fan.
No, they're fucking sweet. They're badass.
Yeah, you could tell those dudes been loving that school for a while.
So that game ends in regulation. Or no, they go to overtime, right? Or was that first goal in overtime? No, the first goal was at the end of the game, and they overturned it, and then they went to overtime, and then they went to second overtime.
I thought that happened in OT because it ended the game.
Yeah, you're right. It happened right in the beginning of overtime.
There was like 5 minutes in. They made that goal, and North Dakota ended it, celebrated like they ended it.
I've never seen a review come so late. Like, they were letting them party.
Yeah.
Like, dudes were...
It was clear as day once they showed that other angle.
For sure. I mean, but dudes were already date raping chicks in the parking lot, and like... next thing you know, they're like, "Oh, wait a second." And then once they I was like, "Oh man, this is fucking weird." Like, but then they showed that angle, and you're like, "Oh, well, at least it was the right call," because you don't want to see that game end. And a game ending in a wrong call is never a fucking cool thing I think for either team.
It was so close, and then they finally showed the entire length of the ice.
Yeah.
And for some reason, you could tell he was passed, but when it was right up on it, you couldn't get like a clear vision of it was like only his upper half or if it was his feet.
The shot from from the other goal, like behind him, like the whole that shot was that was
clearly
definitive.
Tell he was over.
Yeah, he was over. It says offsides, and then all they fucking talked about the rest of the game, that one fucking dude. One of the worst announcers I've ever heard in my life. These boys are tired. These boys... I mean, the hockey got a little sloppy, but, like, you're making it more obvious that it's getting sloppy. Give the guys some credit. They're fucking college athletes. They're not as tired as you think they are.
No, and that's what didn't I text you?
Oh, yeah.
That guy needs to shut the fuck up. Like, There's no way. I mean, yeah, they're tired, but you just got a 15-minute break. You're going to tell me that none of those guys are able to play extra minutes in a game, something they've been playing since they were 12 years old?
Yeah, I imagine some of these guys have been to overtime before, and the adrenaline drop maybe for North Dakota after winning, and then like.
Yeah, I don't think they were tired. I think they were fucking out of it. Like your brain just went from we just won to fuck. We have to keep playing and try to win again.
And they were the defending national champions, correct? North Dakota.
No.
Are you sure?
I don't think they won last year. I could be wrong.
I think they did. I'm not 100% either. That game was really, really, really fucking good. That was really good college hockey. That announcer, I refuse to look up his name. He's a piece of shit. I hope instead of your dog dying, his fucking dog dies. I picked Notre Dame to win their first round. They did. And now I'm kind of kicking myself because I had them lose in the next round. I didn't think they would beat UMass, and I knew UMass would get to the second round, but you went with the Golden Domers, and they're doing it. They're doing really well.
I watched them lose to UMass Lowell in overtime. It was my birthday, actually. We went for my birthday.
Happy birthday.
And they lost to UMass Lowell in overtime.
Lowell.
Yeah, and for some reason when I was picking it again, I was like, man, they're better than Notre Dame. But I couldn't pick against them.
Well, then Notre Dame lost to them again in the tournament, too. So that's to beat Notre Dame 3 times. I don't think any school's ever done that in any sport.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to do that in any sport.
It really is. And Notre Dame has a lot of talent. They really do.
Yeah, I told you Cal Peterson's a beast.
Yeah, well, and that gives you tons of points in the bracket that we use, thesecondseason.com, because you get the 4th-ranked team beating the number 1 ranked team, and then you get the multiplier. So that's like fucking 12 points right there. And I got
beaten Denver too. I got beaten Minnesota Duluth in the championship game too. So.
Well, the Notre Dame Denver game is going to decide who wins the tournament. I'm pretty sure, because Brennan between the pipes, he Googled good name for fantasy hockey.
When I read that, I said that was a solid name.
Dude, he fucking Googled that. You think he fucking just was like, he doesn't even know what that means. He probably thinks it's the dude sitting between the benches. But he has Denver winning it. I had Denver going, but ultimately losing to Boston. And have you seen that like 3 or 4 of the kids already in the tournament have signed and are playing in Tyson Yost is playing for the Avalanche. That baby man looks like he's fucking 12 years old. What's his fucking name? Keller? He played the other night.
Guy from Western Michigan played for Toronto.
Keller played for Arizona. And he looks like a fucking lady boy. Like, he is so young looking. I was worried about him. So the first round, or in the tournament so far, there's been 4 overtime games. It's been really exciting hockey. The first round winners were the aforementioned Notre Dame. Boston won their first round. Minnesota Duluth beating Ohio State. I think a lot of people in our bracket challenge picked Ohio State since we're from there.
Fuck them. I picked Minnesota Duluth to go all the way.
Yeah, I mean, not a bad pick. UMass over Cornell. Harvard winning pretty handedly. Air Force playing fucking great hockey, beat Western Michigan. Penn State beating Union, and then the second round games, we get down to the Final Four, the Frozen Four, which we're at now, which will be Denver, Notre Dame, and Harvard versus University of Minnesota Duluth. Who do you got? Who you got in the national championship?
I got MD Minnesota Duluth, and that's what I picked in my original bracket.
Did you change it?
No, that's what I had when I filled out that challenge, and that's what I'm sticking with.
Fuck. That means you win a college hockey hat, because that was the prize I decided.
Well, they could both lose, and Brennan could actually end up winning. To be honest, if Denver rolls,
I'm not buying him the prize. He won't fucking. He gets nothing.
I want to say Western Michigan, they're 0-7 all time in the tournament.
See, I didn't know that, but then they got to win it someday. They have a good hockey program. They're right up in your neck of the woods. I felt confident in picking them.
They beat like Denver earlier in the year. They beat someone was number 1. It was either like Minnesota, Duluth, or Denver.
Yeah.
And they went to Western Michigan, and beat them like 4-1 or some shit. And I think they just choked. I had them winning. I think definitely beating Air Force.
I had them beating Air Force. I had them beating fucking goddamn Denver, I think. Or no, what would their second round been? Harvard? Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's what I had too. I think I had Western Michigan, Minnesota, Duluth, and Frozen Four.
Well, I let Laura Jo fill out my bracket for the College Hockey News, and she had Michigan Tech winning the whole thing, so that thing was a fucking shit show. But the tournament has been amazing. For me, it's the first year where I've actually watched it a lot, like almost every game, and it's something I'm going to look forward to for here on out. It was awesome, and it's cool to see the prospects. It's going to be nice during the draft this year to be like, oh yeah, I watched that fuck play double overtime. He was really tired looking. Well, that joke didn't work.
Yeah, normally I've only ever watched Notre Dame. I mean,
Notre Dame and Ohio State are the only team starting to pay attention to Bowling Green now that they have a program.
Yeah, now that I live 40 minutes from Western Michigan, I've been paying attention to them, and next year I plan on going up there and going to a bunch of games.
Did they start the East Coast Hockey League playoffs yet? I know Kalamazoo and Toledo, I think, are in.
I was looking on my Twitter feed, and Kalamazoo won last night. I don't know if they were playing in that or not, or what the game was, but
they're either in the playoffs or right next, like getting ready to start. My Flint Firebirds, the Flint Firebirds ended up losing their opening series. They made the playoffs this year. That sucks. I was hoping they would at least win the first series because I'll be up in Michigan and go to a game on Saturday. I was really hoping to, but they fucked me. But out of them, out of the Firebirds, Cole Sherwood, I think he is playing for Cleveland tonight. So look to see him in a Blue Jackets jersey here real soon. Cole Sherwood's a bad motherfucker.
You said Cleveland.
What's that? He made his pro debut, I'm pretty sure, tonight with Cleveland. The Cleveland Monsters of the American Hockey League.
Lake Erie Monsters?
They're the Cleveland Monsters now. Read a book.
They're not the Lake Erie Monsters anymore?
No, they changed it this season.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I wasn't... And their colors are wine and gold, too, now.
Fucking Dan Gilbert.
He fucking owns them. I mean, why wouldn't he?
Because Lake Erie Monsters sounded sweet. Yeah. I don't care that he wants it to be Cleveland or not.
I mean, it was in Cleveland, so I mean, everybody knew it. I wanted them to be the Cleveland Lake Erie Monsters, and they ended up tweeting me back saying I was dumb.
They should be the fucking Cleveland Lumberjacks, like when we were kids.
Oh shit, dude!
It's the coolest fucking hockey jersey of all time. I gotta find that hockey puck.
Oh, that thing! No, we played with it in the rink in Belleville. That thing's fucking toast, dude.
Lumberjacks, man.
Speaking of Lumberjacks, how about the women playing hockey?
Yeah, what'd they win by today?
7-0.
2-0 yesterday to Canada.
Yeah, so you just took down the top. I would assume it's like the men's, and Russia and Canada are the best.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Our girls aren't fucking around. And I did find the numbers. They did end up working out their boycott, and they made out pretty all right. So they're set to make $3,000 to $4,000 a month, $71,000 a year, and then up to $129,000 in Olympic years. So they went from making dick shit to like a pretty solid life.
Having a legit career.
Yeah.
Which is fair. And if you're going to ask for that money, you better beat fucking Russia 7-0.
Goddamn right.
At least the first year, at least right out of the presses, you better start whooping ass.
Yeah, you better be fucking straight up beating some Bush down out there on the fucking ice.
Bush down.
The one problem I really did have in today's game is the backup goalie Rooney played, and she literally was in her Minnesota Duluth gear, like yellow pads, had her yellow mask on, made America look like Donald Trump's our president.
Maybe it was a money statement. It can't even afford fucking jerseys.
Fuck, get her some red, white, and blue pads.
Yeah, I don't understand all that. She shouldn't be in her college stuff.
No, they're saying this is their World Series. Well, during the World Series, the Indians wear their fucking Indians hats.
Well, she's got some kind of...
I don't give a fuck what she's got. You take this...
She has a routine where she has to have them on or something.
I do not give a fuck. You take those fucking yellow pads off. Somebody, Brian's Customs or Vaughn fucking goalie, you make her some fucking... you put a goddamn bald eagle on her fucking pads.
I agree.
But like people were saying on Twitter today, I don't even think anybody knew that the boycott was lifted. The tournament pregame started yesterday. The Blackhawks were playing the Blue Jackets, so there wasn't a fucking chance I was watching women's hockey over that. Which the Blackhawks now, for this, I think it's the second time in franchise history they're over 50 wins. Do you know what happened the other season they won 50 games?
Probably won the Stanley Cup.
That is correct, sir.
The
biscuit.
Every 2 years they have to win one for some fucking reason.
I don't know. It's out of control. It must be fucking real fun to be a goddamn Blackhawks fan, though.
That's stupid.
I preseason picked them to win it. Go back and listen. It's fucking real. I won't be surprised if they win it in, like you said, another 2 years. They have the best veterans. They roll in the best young talent. Corey Crawford is still elite as fuck. Darling's just as good as him. They have 2 number 1 goalies. And neither of them seem to give a fuck about going anywhere else.
And they religiously get rid of people, too. Every offseason, Blackhawks fans bitch about losing 1 or 2 people that have been on their team for the last 10 years.
Nobody loses more players than they do.
No. Like, what, the Blue Jackets have, 4 Blackhawks?
Well, we have Brandon Saad, so 1.
That's it?
Yeah.
Didn't they have more than that in the past?
Well, I mean, think about the dudes around the league that are from Chicago. Bofflin in Winnipeg. PJ Ladd is in Winnipeg. Shaw was on wasn't he a fucking Blackhawk?
Trevor Daley for the Penguins.
Yeah. I mean, you can keep on cruising. There's so many fucking dudes, and they just keep fucking getting them. That's a well-ran franchise. They're like the fucking Patriots, dude.
Yeah.
They just know what they're doing. Well, do you want to get into the playoff picture?
Yeah.
Okay, so clinched teams. You might want to double check me on this because sometimes I slip up, but I got on the East Coast the Caps, the Blue Jackets, the Rangers, the Pens. So basically half of the Metro. The Habs clinched the other day, and then the bottom 2 Atlantic spots are still open, and the wild cards. So then on the West, I got the Hawks, and the Hawks have clinched home ice, so they're going to the final. The Wild, Ducks, Oilers, Sharks, Flames, and Blues, with Nashville somehow hasn't clinched the wild card, the last spot. But
doesn't make any sense, but they're going to.
They're 10 points ahead of LA. How haven't they clinched it?
I was just going to say the whole West is set, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was right about every single one of them, except for the St. Louis Blues. I thought they were going to be dog shit this year. Tarasenko's better than I thought he was. He thought he was who they knew we were?
Don't lose to Minnesota in the first round.
And hats off to the Blues. I don't know if you've seen him. He ended up buying tickets for that girl with cancer and flying her to like 2 away games with the team, riding on the jet. And seems like a really good dude. So I hope he does okay. But I fucking hate the Blues. But he seems like a good dude. And not to correlate cancer with what happened to Craig Cunningham, but I just wanted to update his status. We had reported on when he collapsed on the ice. I think it was in fucking like November 19th, if my brain is right. But he got on the ice the other day. He ended up losing his leg he had some rare heart fucking problem and collapsed on the ice before a game and was in a coma for a long time. But like a hockey player does, I mean, he's back out. I mean, obviously he's not going to play probably professional hockey again, but just that he tied up his skates and went out there was pretty fucking incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so, but did you see the Flyers goalie tonight collapse on the ice?
No.
Nerve earth during the first period just fucking fell on his back.
Jeez. They
ended up saying that he was sick before the game and the players were worried about him even playing. So don't fucking play him.
Yeah, and then he goes out there and collapses in the first.
Oof, that's not good. When you black out like that, that is really bad for your brain. Especially falling backwards onto ice.
Imagine how long he probably tried to withhold it. It's like
that whole...
when you're blacking out, you know, like you feel it inside your body.
Oh, for sure.
So he's probably back here at the goal box thinking, I gotta get the hell out of here. Then just probably couldn't make it.
Right.
Which is scary.
Speaking of, I have some notes for the West Coast teams and the East Coast teams here. Nashville, I watched them play the Wild today. I have never seen a Nashville Predators versus Minnesota Wild game and realized the pure unadulterated hatred the Nashville fans have for fucking Ryan Suter.
Absolutely.
They hate his fucking guts for leaving.
Well, he left kind of douchey.
He did kind of LeBron him.
I think it was kind of. I mean, obviously not LeBron status because I don't know if he was born and raised in Nashville or not.
He was not.
But the fact that you basically left just so you could play hockey with Zach Parise.
Parise?
I mean, they've been so-called best friends for years. Well, I mean, I guess you can't blame him. I would want to play with my friends.
And he fucking signed like a 12-year contract with the Wild, too. So he was like, if I'm leaving, you fuckers aren't... you guys are keeping me.
I guess he tried to stay. He basically told them, you need to get Parise. And at that time, they still had Shea Weber.
So, but they didn't have anyone else.
Yeah, but what happens if they sign Parise and Suter and keep Shea Weber? That could have been a different team for a couple years.
Yeah, I mean, well, now they have they have Forsberg, Yossi, fucking PK Subban, Ryan Johansson. I mean, their bank is way more now.
And Parise left the Devils, who went to the Stanley Cup in 2012.
Are they both from Minnesota?
And then he just left to go play with Suter. So you're leaving a team that just went to the Stanley Cup.
I think they're both from Minnesota, maybe.
Something. I mean, you go to the Stanley Cup, not often you're just randomly leaving. I mean, I guess to go play with your friends. And
unless you're a Blackhawk.
Be the name of a franchise like he is in Minnesota.
I guess. His dad was on the Miracle team. Ryan Suter's.
Reed?
Yeah.
Oh, Suter?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty fucking crazy. The Oilers are getting rid of their blue sweaters from here on out. They'll be wearing the orange. I think it was their alternate jersey, but it will be the NHL is allowing them for that to be their home sweater for here on out. They're saying it's a new team, it's a new era. This is what we are. Which really don't fucking care. But two, there's so many fucking blue teams in the NHL that I'm glad there's a fucking orange one. Every fucking team is blue and red.
Yeah, a lot of them if you think about it.
Blue and red. Every fucking team. The Jets. Fucking Blue Jackets. That's the only two I can think of. But
all of them, every team.
The Habs. The fucking Oilers might as well be fucking blue and orange.
Did you say the Rangers already?
Fucking Rangers. Capitals.
Did you say the Capitals? Yeah.
I mean, that's...
Basically, Toronto, they have a fucking red maple leaf.
Well, that's the Canadian flag, fucko.
Same thing.
While we're on the West Coast, have you been on Twitter and seeing all this pure fucking hatred for Matt Tkachuk?
Yeah, and I 100% agree with it.
Oh my god, you're a faggot. Oh, you're one of those fucking turds. Dude, the elbow was dirty. The initial elbow was dirty. But Drew Doughty's
I hate Drew Doughty, so I don't really care.
Drew Doughty's a fucking bitch, and he's a known bitch. He's
I
known.
don't really care.
He's known in the league for fucking chirping, running his fucking butt sucker, and never following through. I mean,
rookie laid him out.
His fucking miking, like if you listen to him talk shit, it's hilarious. But guess what, bub? I'm gonna fucking hit you. And he was probably saying fucked up shit to Matt, and he is 19 years old, so he fucking elbowed him. He don't care. It was dirty, whatever. So you know you're playing him again. If you're Drew Doughty, you got to be a man and fucking take him out. You got to drop gloves with the 19-year-old kid. Instead,
Braden McNabb did knock him out.
Yeah, Matt Tkachuk better slow his roll because he can't fight for shit from what I saw in that one. But before
McNabb grabbed him and they went at it.
But before the game, like 3 or 4 fucking Kings come to center ice and are talking shit to Tkachuk, and he's just whatever.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was fucking great. It was like an old game. And then the opening face-off, Tkachuk tries to drop gloves with whoever on the fucking Kings. The guy doesn't, so whatever. He gets the fucking penalty. And then he ends up, going with fucking McNabb.
Yeah, I forget who he tried to do it before McNabb, but then McNabb basically said, if you want to go, we'll go.
Right. But if you're a grown-ass man and you're Drew Doughty, you got to take the bull by the horns and you have to fight him yourself.
He's a kid.
What little respect I did have for Drew Doughty, I lost completely.
You know what my favorite part about all of this was?
Huh?
Is that Jerome Iginla is a King.
Yeah.
But forever loved by Calgary.
He got in a fight during the Tkachuk fight.
And he got in a fight, and his clean white Los Angeles Kings jersey had blood all over it. So all of the Calgary fans were tweeting, Iginla wears red in Calgary again. And we're tweeting
shit.
The pictures of him bleeding down his face with blood all over his jersey.
Fucking...
That's awesome.
Yeah. Iginla, he had a fucking Gordie Howe hat trick that game as well. There was 4 of them the past week in the NHL. And for you fucking clowns that don't know what a fucking Gordie Howe hat trick is, let me break it down for you. A Gordie Howe hat trick is a fight, a goal, and an assist. The best thing in hockey.
Yeah, basically.
The one also thing I thought was fucking stupid is all the commentators going, well, Drew Doughty's a Norris Trophy winner. He shouldn't be starting fights with rookies. He's also a man, and I don't give a fuck what trophies you have. If you're being bitched out, you got to fucking step up.
I agree.
And I think the only reason they gave him the fucking Norris last year for best defensive player in the NHL was like a fucking, oh, we fucked up the year before, here you go. Like a Metallica winning the Grammy. Like, oh shit, we let Jethro Tull win the first heavy metal Grammy. You guys can have the next fucking all of them.
Sitting in the park bench.
Buying little girls with bad intent. Which is fucking Jethro Tull rules, but get the fuck out of here. They're the first heavy metal Grammy winner. That's real. That's real shit.
Yeah, that really happened.
That really happened.
Shouldn't even have been nominated.
No.
Let alone won.
Shouldn't have been, let alone a Grammy.
Didn't he say I shouldn't be up here when he won?
I hope so. I hope he fucking left it up there. I mean, it's weird to have a heavy metal Grammy anyhow.
If I was him, I'd have walked up there and been like, fuck yeah, I deserve this.
yeah, why not? Fucking run with it. So I was researching the Norris today. Do you know when Bobby Orr won his 7 or 8? He had 8 Norris trophies. He won them all in a row.
Jeez.
I don't think people understand. Like, people go, yeah, Bobby Orr is probably, what, top 3, top 4 players of all time, right? I didn't know he fucking won 8 Norris. That's like Michael Jordan or whoever winning 8 best defensive player in a row. That doesn't happen.
I think, like, Larry Bird holds the record in basketball. I think he won, like, 4 MVPs in a row or some shit.
Larry Legend?
I think so. And that ain't 8. That's halfway there.
Well, that's just racism. He probably didn't deserve any of them. But I'm a Flames fan. I was a fan of Matt's dad. I'm a fan of Matt. So fuck you and fuck everyone else who doesn't like him. I hope he fucking elbows some more guys.
No, I don't dislike him. I'm happy that he took the McNabb punch into the face.
Yeah. He knew it was coming.
We'll see where he goes from here.
He knew it was coming. I think that's why he was trying to get it out of the way. And he tried to start shit with Drew 3 or 4 times that game, and Doughty wasn't having it.
And he was just stretching, and I forget, he was just stretching by himself.
3 or 4 dudes came up to him.
And they just started talking shit to him.
We
liked it a lot.
Let's talk about the wild card race. We got about 10 minutes, so we got to get fucking done. So the 2 spots in the Atlantic are open. So the Ottawa has 91 points. Boston has 90. The Leafs have 89. So 2 of those teams are getting in. And then the wild card, you got Tampa with 85, New York with 84, and the Hurricanes with 84, and the Hurricanes are playing lights out. I did want to mention Eddie Lack, who suffered a neck injury. Had to be stretchered off the ice the other day against the Red Wings, who will not be making the playoffs this year. First time in 25 years.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That play looked very routine. He must have just got hit perfectly.
It's like Dale Earnhardt's car crash, man.
I mean, he got hit, obviously.
Yeah.
But it didn't look like
that. What did they say? Like, sometimes when a whiplash is almost better because the momentum and the force went through you instead of, like, stopping in you.
Yeah, like how he kind of just took it all.
And I was like, oh, he's okay. And then he just wasn't moving. I was like, oh, no. Fuck. And he was down. And the class team that the Red Wings were all out on the ice, standing there with him. And hats off to both teams after losing to overtime to a team that is horrible. Nobody was being a real douche about it. Everybody understands that.
100% agree. I was going to say that both teams had unbelievable amount of class.
Yeah.
And then he gave up the classic thumbs up.
You're always waiting for the thumbs up.
Always.
Well, I didn't see when they took him off, so I sat there and watched the post game show, and then they showed it. Then I was like, "Fuck," because I was worried. When you become a dad, you kind of like grow a little bit of a pussy underneath your ball sack. Because you fucking worry about people. You get like emotional about fucking TV commercials. You start building fucking arcades in your basement like a fucking giant nerd. And speaking of the not playoff making Red Wings, Gordie Howe's birthday was the other day. In my opinion, well, you can't. Wayne Gretzky was the best, but Gordie is number 2 in my eyes.
I was gonna say, don't even say it because
you can't. I tried to, and I literally couldn't.
You can think that yourself,
right?
And congratulations, but inside you have to know. It's like me personally thinking that someone's better than Jordan, but he's not.
Right.
It's Wayne Gretzky. It's Michael Jordan.
Right.
These are these dudes who will forever be set in stone.
Right. Like I can say LeBron James all day long, but in my heart I'm going, no, Michael Jordan had that shit that Wayne Gretzky had. So I wanted you to look up, because I was thinking in my head, when you sent me that video of Connor McDavid scoring that fucking just holy fuck goal. Holy fuck. As Bucci said, you can't scrub the filth off of this one.
Yeah, no, that's why I sent it, because of how ridiculous Buccigross's comment was.
Just fucking perfect. Sometimes he just fucking cranks out fucking home runs, man. But it's going to be Connor's first time in the playoffs. Big players play big when it matters. Right now they're set to play the Sharks. That's a matchup you do not like for the Sharks.
No, I don't.
I'm really interested to see what this kid's got, because he could come out and not do dick. Playoffs are different. It's a whole everything resets. Yeah. So, he has good numbers. And then I was thinking, well, fuck, what was Wayne Gretzky's playoffs like?
All right, let me give you a rundown. I didn't write everything down because it's insane, and no one has that much time in their life. But just playoff records, he holds 15.
Not surprising.
So, goals, 122.
And that's career, right?
Yes. Assists, 260. Total points, 382. So he's got all three categories of points.
Of course.
One playoff with the most points, he put up 47 in 1985.
In a fucking playoff run? 47 fucking points?
47 points in 1985, including 17 goals in only 18 games.
What the fuck? I'm assuming they won the cup that year?
I imagine. They won like 4 in a row there. One playoff period, 4 points.
In a period or a game?
Just one period.
God.
4 points. All right. Game winners. Dude, how many game winner playoff goals do you think he's had?
Career?
Yeah.
I would think 8's a lot for anybody.
Dude, 24.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, people don't even win 24 playoff games. He has 24 game winners.
I can barely count to fucking 24. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Hat tricks. 10 playoff hat tricks, including 2 4-goal games.
Jesus fucking Christ. Wayne Gretzky, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and he's got 60 regular season records. It's like Pete Rose. Pete Rose once said, "I should have a record for having the most records." And I feel the same. I feel the same way with Wayne Gretzky.
Dude, you gotta love Pete Rose. It's like you might as well be TJ Oshie if you don't like Pete Rose. You hate America if you don't like Pete Rose.
Can you believe some of them Wayne Gretzky stats? 24 game winners in the playoffs.
Dude, it's weird to think about because like everybody,
that's the most clutch athlete ever.
Well, think about fucking Bo Jackson. Even he knew his commercial, like Bo Knows Hockey, and he's like, "Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so." There, Bo. Keep your black ass on the football field. Well, Big Ran, I think that's all. You got the wrap up information for these fucks?
No.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude! Have you ever heard a podcast? The co-host goes, follow the Biscuit Pod. What is it? The Biscuit Pod at Twitter. Email us at biscuitpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Google Plus if you have that, which I'm assuming no one has because we don't have one single fucking person on there.
You told me I had Google Plus and I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's kind of supposed to be like Facebook, but it doesn't work because nobody gives a fuck about it. We're available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music. Make sure to rate and review us on all those, please. 5 stars. If you're having trouble thinking of a review, I would like if everyone just puts GOAT in there. And Buzzsprout.com too for everything else. The show's going really well. We're staying consistent. We're getting followers every week. I really enjoy having the co-host and Big Ran. I think it works better. We got some big interviews coming up. We got the playoffs coming up. we're going to do a bracket challenge for that. Hopefully we can get some more people in on that than the college hockey one. We kind of got that together at the last moment, though. And new logo coming, too, and it's amazing. So hold on to your butts, guys, and remember, I am God.